This is another podcast related to dealing with extreme heat, but now in terms of providing cooling for individuals and groups in various settings, like let's say at retirement homes for elderly people, on the playground, to be careful with the kids outside, workers outside, people at home, at workplaces, and so on. And we want to think about providing passive cooling or energy minimal cooling, sustainable cooling, etc. For example, when you hear about global warming and how it will increase the duration, intensity, and frequency of heat waves, people say, oh, we will buy more air conditioners and that could be bad for global warming. Well, folks, that's not the way to think about it. If we need more air conditioners, then so be it. But let's decarbonize air conditioning. Let's remove harmful refrigerants and coolants and provide renewable energies to run them and so on. So there are fans, there are wet clothes that can work. You can dip your feet in cold water. You can put some wet towel on your neck or head. You can use an evaporative cooler or a spray cooler. There are always some issues you have to worry about, like mold or even slippery floor when you use spray coolers. If elderly people slip and fall, that's not going to be very good for them, and so on. So there are various ways we can think about cooling, providing cooling for everybody in every context in a sustainable way. And poor people cannot afford air conditioners, for example. So what options do they have? How do you provide the resources for them to get those cooling systems for themselves and so on? Because as we said, with global warming, one thing for sure is that we're going to have more and more heat waves. They're going to be more extreme. As humidity increases, body's ability to cool by sweating and evaporating the sweat also goes down, which means we also have to worry about spray coolers and evaporative coolers. If it's a very humid environment, they may not work and so on. So these are the issues we discuss in this podcast. It's a nice little podcast that you should listen to. And as usual, feel free to comment or send questions. Okay.